Most of us grew up with a very specific image of how Social Security works. You pay your taxes, and that money gets locked away in a government vault with your name on it, waiting for the day you retire. But according to analysts at the Tax Project Institute, that vault doesn't actually exist. Social Security is a transfer payment system. It operates on a strict pay-as-you-go basis, meaning the taxes collected from today's workers are immediately sent out to cover the checks for today's retirees. When President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed this system into law nearly 90 years ago, the mechanism worked exactly as intended. A massive, continuous wave of new workers entered the economy, ensuring the earliest participants received their full payouts. Because the system doesn't actually invest your contributions to generate independent returns, it relies entirely on demographic momentum. Its survival requires a constantly growing working-age population to continually outpace the number of people retiring. That demographic momentum has run out. According to the latest trustees report, the combined Social Security trust funds, the backup reserves built up over decades of surpluses, are projected to run completely dry by 2034. That is exactly 9 years from now. Once those reserves are depleted, the program hits a legal brick wall. By law, Social Security is not allowed to borrow money to cover its shortfalls. It can only distribute the exact amount of tax revenue it collects in that specific year. If Washington does nothing, that mathematical reality triggers an automatic overnight 19% cut to all payouts. Every single beneficiary will take the hit, regardless of their age, their previous income, or their actual financial need. For the tens of millions of Americans counting on those checks to survive, the promise of guaranteed retirement security has a hard expiration date, shifting the entire landscape for those planning their future. The math is breaking because the American population structure has reached a point of total inversion. In the mid-1940s, there were 41.9 active workers supporting every single retiree. But over the following decades, birth rates dropped and life expectancies rose. That massive worker foundation has shrunk to just 2.7 workers per retiree today and is projected to drop to 2.1. The pay-as-you-go mechanism wasn't built to defy gravity. It was engineered for a 20th century demographic reality that simply no longer exists. This demographic friction carries severe economic consequences. According to researchers, the current system facilitates a massive transfer of wealth away from a struggling younger workforce to support an older generation. Younger workers face steep financial headwinds. They navigate high underemployment and average student loan debts of $27,000. Meanwhile, those entering retirement have seen their net worth increase by 149%. The trust fund depletion is a symptom of a larger liability called the fiscal gap, the difference between promised retirement benefits and expected tax revenues. That total mounting deficit now sits at over $2 trillion. Maintaining the status quo to keep the checks flowing today means someone eventually has to pay that $2 trillion tab. And doing nothing directly sacrifices the upward economic mobility of younger generations to fund the retirements of older ones. Fixing the math before 2034 is entirely possible, but the options are painful. And every year Congress delays, the required tax hikes get steeper, and the necessary benefit cuts cut deeper. Analysts point to 3 levers. First, raising the retirement age to 69. Second, removing the payroll tax cap so high earners pay on all income. Third, means testing. This reduces payouts for the wealthiest, ensuring the system remains a safety net for those in poverty. Preventing a complete system failure requires a grand generational bargain. Young taxpayers will have to pay more, and older beneficiaries will have to accept compromises. For the individual worker trying to plan their life amidst this uncertainty, Warren Buffett offers a stark warning. Treating Social Security as a comprehensive retirement plan is a massive financial risk. The system was originally designed only to prevent extreme poverty in old age, typically replacing just 40% of an average earner's income. The new imperative for younger workers is to treat government benefits as nothing more than a baseline safety net. True financial security requires building independent wealth through disciplined investments, like broad market index funds, that leverage the power of compounding over decades. Solving this crisis requires both political courage from Washington and personal preparation in our own portfolios. If the generational bargain is going to survive, the adjustment has to start now.